Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
Not so fast, James Hetfield of Metallica. It's gonna cost you. Petrol prices have increased by 32% over 12 months, with Sydney prices jumping 11% in January alone. Last week, the national average reached 170.4 cents per litre, with Hobart hitting 179.7 cents per litre. Agreed. So what's going on?
Destabilisation around the world has a significant impact, particularly on prices like the price of oil, and we've seen that impact here right now.
Basically, Middle Eastern oil production's been low, while looming war in Ukraine's put even more of a squeeze on supply. And with lockdown lifting, borders reopening and travel ramping up, demand's on the rise, creating a combustible combination.
In the past, it could just be that there's a bit of a supply pressure or that you're coming through a bit of a demand spike. At the moment, what we're seeing is both supply pressures and a demand spike happening all at the same time.
And unfortunately, a rising petrol price lifts all costs across the whole country.
When you see an increase in the price of oil, it impacts all elements of the economy, not only in the final goods that you and I purchase, but also in the production costs of those goods as they get made for us.
But if you're planning on simply staying away from the Bowser, beware. You might be waiting a while.
Well, Peter Curry is with the NRMA and he joins us now. So, Peter, how long is a while and when will we see some relief?
Oh, look, unfortunately, every indicator is this is going to be the standard now for quite some time, unfortunately. None of the factors that are causing these prices to go up look like they're going to go away anytime soon. In the capital cities that have price cycles, you will get some relief as those prices start to fall, and certainly we're seeing that in some parts of the country. But overall, the pain, unfortunately, looks set to continue.
Peter, I'll be honest, I've never seen this so-called supply chain, and quite frankly, it sounds made up. How do we know we're not being gouged here?
Well, we've become very good at being able to identify things like the terminal gate price, and that's, you know, the wholesale price of what is sold once that refined petrol arrives in Australia and then is distributed to service stations. So that's a pretty good indication of what we would be paying. The gap between the wholesale and the retail price, it is at record highs. So the oil companies are making more profit per litre than they ever have before. But even then, you know, it's currently 19 cents. Normally it's about 12 or 13. So even if we were to bring in, you know, 6 or 7 cents and shave those profit margins, obviously every cent counts. But when you're looking at $1.80 a litre, you know, we want to see a bit more relief than just that.
With an election just around the corner, high petrol prices can cost a government office. Is there anything at all that you could imagine the government trying to do to get it down?
When you start to name and shame those oil companies and calling them out for particularly exorbitant profit margins, we tend to see some action. So the ACCC have had some success here in the past. We would like to see a bit more of that now, because even if we can shave 5 or 6 cents off the average price, that would be something meaningful for families. But beyond that, there's not much we can do.
Peter, if this continues to go and petrol prices continue to go up, we do know there is an alternative, and that's electric vehicles. Do you think there might be a tipping point at which drivers and motorists start turning towards those electric vehicles?
Oh, yeah, look, the tipping point, if we're looking at petrol prices as a potential tipping point, we are well and truly there. I think the two factors that are going to ultimately drive people into, excuse the pun, into electric vehicles is going to be the ticket price of EVs. And right now they are higher than we certainly would like, and we'd like to see them come back a bit. And also the charging capacity. And I think we're making pretty good inroads now. But once that ticket price starts to come down to be closer to parity with petrol and diesel cars, people will switch. Of that, we have absolutely no doubt. It just needs to be affordable.
All right, Peter, thanks so much for joining us.
Cheers, guys.
It is really true, you know, petrol prices can cost government's office. There's no doubt about that. They can do something. They can bring down their taxes, but they rely on them. They're unlikely to do that. Having said that, when governments get desperate, they do what they have to, whatever it takes, yeah? The Energy Minister, by the way, he's provided a statement for us. We will put that on our website.